All right, we are recording and we are live. That is pretty awesome. We finally made it in here for the first podcast. Thank you, Arizona Women of Action, for braving the maiden voyage here. This is the PAX Podcast, where we talk about people, partnerships, and professionalism. Today, we have our very special community partners, Arizona Women of Action, joining us, Kim Miller and Courtney Konderik. Very excited to introduce you guys to the PAX Nation, but also talk about really small worlds colliding here. I went to high school with Courtney, and then I actually ran into Kim Miller about a year and a half, 2 years. Well, I think it was about a year and a half ago. We were standing at the same pub table. I was working on family material, and Kim was there working on promoting her Arizona Women of Action. We just struck up a conversation, which is really neat. And then I got to work with your husband about a year and a half later, and so we've been on this crazy journey. And then, it's been a lot of fun. Just how all the stars align and God connected us and brought us together to be investing in community. So I have a couple of things that I wanted to just introduce our partnership and how we're doing these things. All of our podcasts are kind of geared towards different topics. People. Our drivers, partnerships, community partnerships, people that we are excited to partner with here in the Valley of Arizona, and then professionalism, all the things that we want to help people level up and get better at just professionalizing what it is they do, their business, and educating them in that respect. So today what we're focusing on is our community partnership between PAX and the Arizona Women of Action. So tell us, Kim, what's the mission of Arizona Women of Action?
Yeah, thank you so much because this coincides so well with what PAX is trying to do. And I think that's why God brought this, it is a whole sense of community. And what we did about 4.5 years ago was realize that most women that we knew were really cared a lot about what was going on in their community, but they didn't know what to do about it. They didn't have the time or the connections. And so we started kind of researching, how do you really transform and impact your community, your culture for the good. And so now we've actually started mainly in Arizona, but we're now opening the door to potential other states coming along because so many people love what we've been able to do. And our mission is to empower every woman to impact culture for good. And it's really, how do we help people to know what's going on in their community and then be able to take positive action where you can take positive, really effective action on your schedule. So we're making it possible for women, but even men, to come along and join in, get an email once a week and know what they can do that's going to impact their family, community, all of that.
Yeah, this has been something that really caught on like wildfire. It's really spread like crazy. Well, I think one of the reasons for that is one of the things you just said is it's because it's on your schedule. It's something that makes sense in your life. It's not something that it's something that we all should be doing, but how do we do it especially when we have young families or young kids, and we always feel overworked or there's just always something going on in life. And you make it really easy to give us good information, but also not just education, but also the how to practically get involved and to make that positive impact. So how many people are you helping? How many people are subscribers? Like, how big is your not necessarily following, but your impact circle? How big is that?
Yeah, that's a great question because when we started, we were just 8 women on a text chain, and now we have about over 30,000 followers in Arizona. And like I said, not only women, but even men. And the ways that they are impacting their culture and their community is by we have taught them how to actually make their voice heard at the state legislature, how to give your opinion on bills, how to find the information when it's election time so that you know who to vote for and you're informed and you can actually share this information with your friends. And we make it so easy because we know everybody's busy. You have your drivers who work for PAX, they're busy, they're trying to run their business, and so many other people are in the same boat. So we condense it down and share a link. They can send a message to the governor, let's say, on a bill that's coming up that we want her to sign or not. We can also get people we've done tours at the state capitol. We've done a lot to help people understand the cultural issues that face their kids, what's going on at school, and the kinds of information there. So we have really thousands of people really getting engaged and connected with each other, because a lot of them just feel siloed. They don't feel like anyone they can talk to people. So yeah, it's fun. We do events, and now we have these groups called SALT. It's Strategically Advancing Love and Truth. And those are just groups that meet in homes, and they have a topic that they focus on once a month, and it could be folded into their Bible study, or they could meet at a coffee shop or their church or at home. And it's ways to get people in the faith community aware of what's happening and then actually taking action that's going to make a difference. So, yeah.
Yeah, I love that. I love that about Arizona Women of Action is that you're like, it started just as an email chain with eight people really recognizing, hey, there's a need here. How do we serve people? And then now it's grown into this massive following where you're creating community out of that. There's a lot of life connections and like just people pouring into other people, and we're huge on that at PAX. That's why we started PAX, is really seeing people that really want to level up, want to do, like, I'm thinking about my wife and I, when election comes around, every time we're like, where do we get good information? I want to vote responsibly, but how do I get the good information so I know the votes that I'm making are the ones that I really want to make? So no, that's fantastic. But also, it's so important, the people that we surround ourselves with, to make sure that our mission is on point. And Courtney, you have such a big impact at Arizona Women of Action. I have a specific question I'd like to ask you. Like, what is the biggest thing that you're working on right now? And what do you want the world to know about regarding Arizona Women of Action? You guys, there's like Kim, you kind of hinted at this massive expansion outside the state into these other areas. I know, just because I know you two, there's a lot to talk about. I don't want to go crazy over 20 minutes, but tell us, what's the biggest thing on your plate? What is it that you're really focusing on trying to get people to be aware of right now?
Yeah, so our most exciting project right now is SALT, what Kim had just mentioned, and again, that is strategically advancing love and truth, and this is a Bible study model for people, Christians specifically, to understand the different issues going on in society, and what we try to do is connect that back to God's word, and to make those connections and give them the information that they need on how to discuss these issues and how to understand them and deal with them, and give them and relate it back to the Bible, and what God says, because a lot of things, or I'm sorry, a lot of times people will kind of compartmentalize, okay, this is political, or this is an issue, and then this is my faith. But what we try to do is blend those two together to show how everything is very interconnected. And what Kim had mentioned is that through SALT, we also try to give very simple and specific actions that they can take to help to advance love and truth in their communities. As Kim mentioned, we have different projects and events that we do, like taking a tour of the state capitol, and gathering people to go down to the Capitol to see how a bill becomes a law, to actually sit in the Senate chambers. And this is open to the public. Anyone can go down there at any time to listen. And it's just, sometimes it just seems very overwhelming or intimidating. But we just try to make it easy and kind of break down those barriers to say that, this is how your state legislators or your elected officials are able to impact your life, and you do have a voice, and they work for you, so you are entitled to go down there and speak and testify if you'd like to. And so we just try to help people understand that. And so that's the biggest thing right now. SALT is really just gaining a lot of momentum and excitement, and every week we're out there talking to folks, and they're saying, we need to get involved. We need more Christians to actually understand this, and so we're there to help them do that.
Yeah, It's funny you mentioned when you're uneducated, it feels like you're so isolated. It can be
Absolutely.
very daunting to feel like, where do I start? How do I, like, I want to know all these things. I want to, like, I didn't know that I could go to the state capitol and go learn about these things. It's almost like I missed it in fifth grade, so I'm not going to get it again. Like, so it's very important that one, and I hesitate to say this, but I almost feel like it didn't really matter to me until I had kids. I know that's
Mhm.
terrible to say. It's
Yeah.
terrible to say, but it's like as soon as my wife got pregnant with my son, it was like I almost felt like I needed to be a responsible adult or something. Like it was like I should pay attention to this stuff. Like I should get involved. Like I should know way more about the politics on the world that this kid's going to grow up in. And I think that that's a big part of really growing up is paying attention, being a member of society, pouring into your community, looking and helping others, finding a way to reach out and help one another. And that, you want to instill that in your kids. You want to model that for your kids. And so I would encourage you, if you're watching this show, I don't know when you're going to watch it, you could watch it a year from now. Arizona Women of Action is a fantastic organization to get educated, to find those roads, to get involved with your community, get involved with your school, get involved with your church, get involved with your faith, get involved, because your kids are watching you, and your family is very important, your community is very important, and so get involved. Also, Courtney, you've taken several PAX rides.
Yes, I have.
What did you think? How was your experience?
The experience is amazing. My daughter and I, we use it quite a bit. We travel a lot for volleyball, and so anytime we need to go to the airport or get picked up from the airport, we've been using PAX or I used it for an event. But it's great experience every time I've used it. From the drivers just being extremely professional, showing up on time or early, which is always nice. And the quality of the cars, everything is clean and nice quality cars. My daughter, she is a little leery about some of the other rideshare services. She'll always be like, "Is this guy going to be shady? Is this, and so now, like with PAX, she's like, oh, who's picking us? I'm like, oh, we have a PAX, and she was like, okay, perfect, that's fine. And so
That's good.
she,
That's good to hear.
yes, so she's, she feels comfortable, which I would rather have her, be very leery of that instead of just getting in a random car with any kind of, stranger. It's good that she has that, and it's good that she has that peace of mind, and I have that peace of mind. Because one night we were getting picked up at around midnight from the airport, and just knowing that the person picking us up is going to be very well vetted, trusted, and just made it a safe experience for us. So it's been lovely, and I've been telling all my friends about it as well. So yeah.
I love that. That's actually PAX. Is actually comes. It's an abbreviation for a passenger, but also in Latin it means in Pax, like Pax Romana, it means peace of like peace. So it's funny that you mentioned it's like that peace of mind. That's really what we want to all of our passengers to feel is like, I know my driver. It's like, this is my personal driver, and
Absolutely.
this is the one that I can order. They'll show up at my door. I know the car. I know that, like, and my driver knows me. Like that's every single one of our drivers is their own business. Like we don't own them as PAX. We don't employ them. They're their own business. We want to help them promote who they are, what they do, their service, their professionalism. And so when they show up at your door and they're giving you that one-on-one professional service, it creates peace of mind. I got to tell you, I was at lunch the other day, Kim, with your husband, and this van, this is no lie, I can't make this up, of a windowless van. It's a white windowless van that has the paint peeling off of it everywhere. And
Oh
it
wow.
was a competing app service. And we were like, you got to be kidding me. Like, I can't imagine ordering a ride anywhere, like literally anywhere down the street. And it was like this creeper van shows up and we're like, oh my gosh, I can't even imagine putting my family in that, let alone myself. I'd be like, no thanks, cancel ride immediately. Anyway, so that's what we're trying to do is professional. We vet all of our drivers. We want that peace of mind for each of our passengers. But as a community partner, and if you're looking for a professional driver. All of our rates are comparable with any ride share, but we don't want to be associated with ride share. We're bringing a new service altogether. We focus on service, so what we do is ride service. So if you talk to any one of our drivers, they'll tell you we're not in rideshare. We are not sharing this ride. We are serving you. We are focused on bringing you a service that is safety, that is that professional level that brings you that peace of mind that we're trying to achieve. But as one of the things that we also do, because we do have a heart to pour into our communities, is to give back. So at no cost to any one of our passengers, you can benefit one of our community partners. We have several on there now, one of them being Arizona Women of Action. So as a woman of action in your community, every time you order a ride, 10% of your ride can be donated back to every single ride that you take. And you can do that by clicking a drop down. As you order your ride, we ask you, hey, are you riding for a community partner? And so that's no extra cost to you. That comes out of the PAX portion that we take. That's another thing that we do. We try and create fairness for each of our drivers, where we give them 65% of every ride and 100% of every tip. So, and there's full transparency in every single ride. So every time that you're riding, you should ride with PAX because of the safety, because of the peace of mind. But also, you can benefit great causes like Arizona Women of Action. So if you want to get involved with Arizona Women of Action, you can go find out more about them at azwomenofaction.com. Correct, Kim?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and sign up for their newsletter because it comes out every Tuesday. And that is a great source of information, how to get plugged in, how to be educated, how to grow and be a positive impact in your community. And then if you help us be a positive impact in our community as well, by taking a PAX ride, you can schedule a PAX ride today. You can download the app for free. You can get it at paxapp.io. You can download it on Android, iOS. And just remember, if you're doing it today, click that drop down and get Arizona Women of Action. And then a portion of your ride will go to benefit this great cause. As our community partners, thank you guys for braving this podcast. This is a first for me to do it live, so hopefully we've got a bunch of people moving on forward, knowing about this. I'd love to use this in your next newsletter, Kim. Send it out to all your people to say, I was on a podcast. Go check it out, and then get everybody in your network using PAX when they're here in Phoenix, so that we can partner together in impacting this community. Thank you for joining me today. Any closing remarks? You got anything you want to say before we shut down?
Yeah, I just wanted to say that just for anybody who's saying, oh, Kim's husband's involved in this and that's why she's doing it. I want people to know. Yeah. And actually my husband was very hesitant. He's like, don't compromise. I'm like, look, I've been working hard for this Arizona Women. I'm not going to compromise for anybody. Sorry, not even you. So I would not have done this if I did not see so much cohesion in our mission to really benefit the community, because that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to empower every woman and every man who gets our information to impact culture for good. What PAX is doing is empowering your drivers, you're empowering your riders, and you are elevating that, honoring, respecting everybody in that whole service. And that's what we're trying to do too. So there's just so much cohesion in this partnership. So we're really grateful to have you guys allow us to be benefited in some way. And we're trying to get more women to be aware of it for all those reasons Courtney mentioned too. So
cool. Well, thank you guys for joining me today. It was an absolute blast. I totally think that this was a super success. It only took us 19 minutes. So, if we're doing a 20-minute show, hey, we made it. We got through all of the talking points. So thank you for joining me. I love this road that we're on together, and looking forward to the rest of 2025. Let's see how many rides we can get and see how much we can benefit one another. Okay.
Thanks so much, Daniel.
Yes.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.